you to my world. Let me take you to
Welcome to a new season of Matters of the Heart. I am your host, D. Early. I am joined today by, y'all know him well,
T. Will.
and we're joined today by a new co-host, Miss China Doll.
Welcome. Thank you guys for having me.
I heard a lot about this China doll, man. I've been hearing about you for two. No, it's good. It's good. But like I was telling him, I said, well, is she sensitive? I have to ask those type of questions because the audience know I go 0 to 100 real quick. So
Yeah.
so I just okay. Well, as long as we on the same page, I just want to make sure we want to welcome you to the show. We had to stop the Matters of the Heart for a while, and life was lifing with both of us. And but this is our passion. We wanted to show our audience and subscribers that we know more than sports. That's all we're called. You know what we called and more. So
That's the key, and more. Sports talk and more.
Yeah. So we're glad to have you aboard, and let's get ready to rumble.
I'm ready.
And why it gotta be a rumble? We might all be in agreement.
No,
I doubt it.
no.
I doubt it.
No,
But
me and China Dodge just had some conversations before the show started, and look like we gonna just be into it. So
He already calling it out.
yeah, I already know. I see some disagreements and some chinks in the armor. So let's get to it.
well, our topic for today is: if a woman makes more than the man, should she take on a bigger financial role? So I'm anxious to see what you got to say on this, Terry.
Well, this topic right here, I know we've already discussed this a little bit in the past about this, and I'm one of those people where I don't like to play double standard. I think justifiably so. Women should be treated as equal with men, no matter if it comes with jobs, household, anything. I think we should be equal, and women have fought for years to try to get to that point. But on the other hand, you can't do a double standard and say, hey, I'm making $20,000 a year and you making $120,000 a year, and you expect me to pay the mortgage. I have a problem with that. I have a big problem with that. You can't, either you want to be right here and the man up there and you want him to play the man role, or hey, I'm making the money. I'm the big dog, so you're gonna have to take on the big dog rules. So that's gonna be the real touchy subject with me about how I feel about this situation.
Okay, how you feel on it, China?
Me, like I was talking to him before the show even started, I'm so used to being a breadwinner in my marriage, relationships. So it's going to be a hot topic. It's definitely going to be a hot topic. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to discuss it. And T will.
Get ready?
Baby, I'm ready.
So, my thing with it, you know me, Terry. I'm gonna throw all these different variables in it because I don't think it's ever cut and dry. Like you had a big pay discrepancy. What you said, 20,000 versus 120.
Well, that was just an example.
Yeah, that's kind of like
But it happens. It happens. Sometimes it
not
happens
that
like
big
that.
of a discrepancy.
Yeah. You can have a man, and I'm gonna give it for example. My parents is the perfect example. My dad always has been the head of the household. Always has been the head. My mom has always treated him like the head of the household. But my dad didn't graduate high school, didn't have a high school education, had a good job, but his money was way less than my mom, and my mom took on paying the mortgage. But my dad did everything else, and grocery shopping, cooking, cleaning, and all that, all the extra bills and stuff like that. My dad did that, so I can relate to that. But to this day, if you ask my mom who's the head of the house, she's going to say my father, because he is truly the head of the household. So it didn't make a difference about who made more. It's about how you adjusted those responsibilities in that case. So that's the reason why I can speak from the heart for this one, because this is what I saw growing up in the household. My mom was the breadwinner, so it's sort of like you, but
But everybody grew up different. You know what I'm saying? Because you grew up that certain type of way. I grew up with only a father, a father figure. So I'm used to, my dad being the provider, and trying to be a mother figure as well. And as I was raised in masculinity. I was raised to be independent. So as I went into my marriage with my husband, he was kind of on the south side, and he wasn't working as much. He chose to stay at home. That was the road that he chose, to stay at home with the kids while I go out there in the field and
But
work.
were you okay with that?
I was okay with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was definitely
So
okay
that's
with it because I like to work. I'm a hard worker.
Okay.
He took on the road as, staying home with the kids and, cooking and stuff like that and make sure home was okay. But I took on most of the roles as far as financial responsibility, and it was fine. I didn't have an issue with it, but until one day it became an issue, and he let it slip out his mouth that it was a problem. So,
in what kind of way though?
He was like, "I make more money than him." He addressed me with that, and it was kind of like, oh, it kind of hit me blindside, and I was like, I didn't know you felt that way.
Well, I'm gonna say hoorah for him. That's stepping up as a man.
He stepped up,
I mean,
What as far as what do you mean?
Because men are providers. We're hunters, we're gatherers. Our mission is to protect our woman. So when you play a role that's lesser than that, it starts to emasculate you, and it makes you feel regardless. And I'm not knocking your father, nothing like that. But what I'm saying is, when you take on that lesser role, it just automatically makes you feel less than a man.
But he chose that.
But even
they agreed that he would do that, and that's something that he wanted to do.
But you got to also look; it's two different generations as well.
Yeah, that was the other point.
That's
The
another thing,
generation your mom and dad living in, the generation we're living in.
Right.
But here's the perfect example. He agreed to it. He was okay with it. But then at one point it became a problem.
Yeah, he started seeing the money coming in, and he.
But that's on him. That's on him, because
that's the natural progression of being a man, though.
Yeah.
He probably was like, she making all that money. I'm a support her by staying home. We ain't got to worry about no babysitter. I take care of that. But at some point, as a man, you start to feel like I ain't pulling my weight.
That's kind of like what it was.
Now the question I'm gonna ask: did you contribute to any of that? Because as the breadwinner, we kind of can call the shots, right?
Be the head honcho.
Yeah, that's kind of what it was. It wasn't really calling the shots, but it's how he was viewing it. He was viewing it as more so like, I pay for everything. Like, this your house or this your car, Even though I looked at it as it's ours, he was looking more so at it like, this yours. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's a whole nother topic. Then.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because what we're talking about to me is sort of like a little different. That's something that he's dealing with, something within himself.
But it all ties in.
It
ties in with what I said, being emasculated. Even
it was like I was taken away from him being the man.
Right.
It was like I was wearing the pants.
But why is that? Because that's how you was raised like that. Way. Right.
Yeah, and that's why I said her situation is uniquely different. So I understand all that. My thing is I just don't understand. It's like, and I'm just speaking for me. If your husband and I change positions, boy, I wouldn't have a problem at all. I don't have a problem with. So that's what I'm saying. It's the individual. I don't have a problem. I don't have that issue that you call it, the masculinity problem. And over time, well, I feel less of this and all that. If I know what I bring to the table and we discussed it openly, hey, this is the plan. This is what I'm going to do. This is what you're going to do. As long as you don't try to micromanage me, so to speak, or like I'm the big dog and you the small fry type of thing. As long as you don't pull that type of thing, I'm okay with it. Go get it, honey, because it's supposed to be us. It's us. If I'm making $150,000 and you making 50, it's us. So why not? Why can't it still be us? If if the roles were reversed and you're making 150 and I'm making 50.
Now it goes into the relationship. It goes into who the person is. Yeah. And okay, like in your household, you come to a point where you strongly think this way and your significant other strongly think this way. But we got to make a decision. Who ultimately gets the call on the decision?
Well, I know we don't talk a lot about the Bible and stuff on this show, but I'm a religious person, and I go by the Bible. The Bible always say the man is the head of the household. Not saying that he makes the ultimate decision. What I'm saying is just say if you guys are deadlocked on a specific issue, the man is the tiebreaker that breaks that rule. And God, it goes God, your spouse, and your siblings, the family. That's the order. God, spouse, children. That's the order. That's the order.
What he was just speaking on, I contested it, and the reason I say I contested it is because if you are looking at a woman to look at things equally, how are you just going to put the man before the woman when it's supposed to be equally?
No, I said on a deadlocked matter. Like, okay. No, in a normal situation, hey, my wife just said,
conversation and agree to disagree.
Right, you're going to always.
I don't feel like nobody is above nobody.
No. I'm only, if I said that, I'm saying it wrong. I'm just saying, like, in a very, very deadlocked situation where I'm not budging, you not budging, because normal situations, like, okay, I'll back down from this. We'll do it the way you want to do it, or vice versa. Yeah. But in a deadlock situation, I would think that, like I said, I'm a firm believer that it's God, the spouse, and the and the children, and I feel like that the man is should still be respected as being the head of the household. That'll break that tie.
I agree, but it's some extent. You have some men who don't want that role. You have some men who will push their women in their shadow and be like, "You handle that."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You have some men out there that like that. They don't, there's. I wouldn't call them soft.
Oh yeah, they soft.
They soft.
They soft.
You can say it. Not necessarily, because my thing is, just say for example, you make $150,000. Okay, naturally, you ain't got any kind of job. Right. Naturally, you got some intelligence. You got some this. You did something to get you to that point. Right. So I don't call a man soft if I know I got a woman that can handle business, that knows what she's doing, that has our both interests at heart. I'm easy to fall back if I know my woman truly got it, and I know she understands that.
That's once again, it comes down to the person. I know we ain't talking about relationships right now, but it comes down to the type of person that you're in a relationship with. Because you have some women, they might have been submissive when you first got together. They was making less money than you, and when it was a deadlock, they let you take the lead. But some of them, when they get equal with you in pay or make more than you in pay, they feel like, well, I got more say so now. So where I used to on the deadlock, I let you have the win. Now I want to get some wins because it's just like anything else. The man will take advantage of that too. Well, I'm the head of the household and I say it should be this way, which that's wrong. But men do it. We if it's deadlocked, if it's something where it don't matter to me either way, I might feel this way, but you might feel a different way. I'll be like, Well, you can go on here and do it
Well,
how
that's
you
okay
want to
to
do
let
it.
your significant other, your partner feel okay. Yeah, like you said, I'm gonna let you have that one.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's
Like-
like it's who you follow. It's like when you put that order: God, the man, the woman, the man and the woman equal, but the man is the head, and children fall
Whole
under that.
different generation
But it's
now.
but it all depends on, okay, is that man living a godly life?
Because you got two men.
Because if he ain't living a godly life,
you got women who like women, so you got to look at different
Well,
households.
I think we breaking it out. We putting more branches on the tree than what I'm talking about in a traditional good man, good woman
but
relationship.
that's not
That's
realistic.
not right,
That's
because
not
Oh, you,
It's a
realistic.
whole
yeah, you got some.
generation.
No, you have some.
You have a different generation of kids now. You have a different race, a different generation of families now. So everything is not tradition like it would be when we were growing up. It's not the same.
Well, I ain't saying that, but the Bible don't change.
No, the Bible.
The
I
Bi-
never said
the
that.
Bible
I never
don't
said
change.
The Bible
Don't
don't
get me-
change.
don't
but
get me
life,
started on that.
Life be life, and life change. The Bible
Yeah.
will never change, but the world is gonna keep turning, and it's gonna be different. Nothing stays the same. Nothing will ever stay the same. You got, like I said, the LGBT community now. You got two men in a household with kids. You know, they probably adopt kids and they see something different. You know, of course, one might be an alpha and one may not. But you don't know what goes on in the household. Everything is different. And so when you speak on the Bible, I understand it, but you got to live in reality of what's really going on. Or how things really are.
And we
you
have
can't
to-
just speak on
and-
one.
And we have to kind of paint this subject with a broad brush instead of saying of course, in the traditional mom and dad and the kids
Right.
going to church every Sunday and they Sunday dinner and all of that. It probably would roll like that. But in the society that we live in now, with women getting equal rights, with women fighting for equal pay, like you said, if you get to the point where you making 100,000, she making 150,000, that's a big accomplishment for a woman.
Exactly.
So it's
And I'm gonna be happy.
stuff-
And I'm gonna be
I
happy
would
for
be
my woman.
Yeah, you would be happy for her as long as that increase in pay didn't change who she was towards you.
Right. That's my point.
Well,
Exactly.
but that's what I'm saying. It's just like until we live it, we don't know.
Exactly.
You know, you think, oh man, if I start making 150,000, 200,000, I ain't gonna change. I'm gonna still be the same person.
Yeah. I tell you what,
Sound good.
Yeah, it
But,
sound
you know what I'm
good.
saying? Until you live it. Until you actually live
well,
it.
it'll be a problem in the Williams household. Like you said, I agree with everything.
People change.
If
People
it-
wake up every day and be different. You don't know what you're gonna get.
And I get
You
it.
know?
I get it. You're right. I mean, different situations. I just speaking from my household. I'm gonna root for my wife. If you sit up there and you go do that, I'm gonna root for you and all that. And like Daryl said, if you just don't change the way you act towards the relationship or the foundation that we done built, now only thing that's gonna flip flop in that situation is, hey baby, let's get over here to the table. I work in accounting, been working in accounting over 30 years. Hey, I know you may not be a accountant major, but we got some difference in pays now. I mean, some things have changed.
Now, what if she say, well, it's been working good the way it's been working. Why should we change?
Well, I'm sure it was working good when you were making 50,000 less than I was. I'm sure it'd been working fine. Now
Now
you
so
are
now
making.
you have the problem with it, but your income ain't decreased.
My income ain't decreased.
So why should I take on a bigger role? I'm just playing the woman role right now. Why should I take on a bigger role just because I'm making more money? You've been paying the mortgage. Why don't you keep paying the mortgage?
No. Okay, I tell you what. If I were to continue
Fidgeting in that seat and thinking now.
if I were to continue to do that, we're gonna have to have an additional conversation about.
But why?
No.
Because you just said God, then the husband, then
Right.
family.
No.
So if the man is the head of the household, regardless of what she makes, she could be putting money away for the kids or for the family or whatever. Why?
That's what I was
should the
gonna.
man role go down in value because she makes more
Well,
money?
see, you answered my question. That's what I was trying to say. That we're gonna have to have an additional conversation about your extra funds. What's happening with them extra funds? And you just sort of
But
elaborated on.
you don't trust her enough to.
Hey, Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. No. We ain't finna go for this long. You trust me and all that type of stuff right there, because you can get gone in a minute. You can sit up there and say, I don't want to do this no more, and take your little stuff and go on about your business.
But see, I'm glad you said that. And you know why I said that? That's why I always feel like, as a man, like I would never move in with a woman. If some kind of way I ended up dating a woman and she was making $1 million a year or whatever the case was, and she was like, hey, you can leave your house and come move in to me, I would never do that. No. Never. Because, and it might seem sexist, it might seem male chauvinistic, but I just feel like a man can only feel like he the man of his castle if he in his own castle. If I got to go to somebody else's castle, they ain't gonna work. I've been through that before, where I was paying all the bills, and they still told me, get out of my house. I'm paying the mortgage, I'm paying the light bill, I'm paying everything, and you can tell me to get out? Oh no, I'd never do that again.
I agree with you on that one. But I mean, it could come from anywhere. It can come from family members. It can come from, it's just people just wake up different. But I totally understand where you're coming from. But my thing is, and this is what I told my partner, because I went through that as well. Me trying to be of help to my partner, and he did some things, to kind of push some buttons, and I was like, get out, you know what I'm saying? But you brought it on yourself, you know what I'm saying? If you had been doing right, then I would have never let it came out my mouth. But at the same time, hold on, T. Will, because I see you over there looking. But at the same time, when he came, within the first 8 months, I was like, what we doing? What are we doing? My house paid for, okay? It's mine. Let me know what we're doing.
It's yours.
Do we need to? Yes, it's mine.
Okay.
When he came, it was mine. It was mine before he came. But at the same time, when I come to you and ask you, what are we doing? Let's get these goals on the road. Do we need to sell this house and put something together so we can go get our house, get us something for us, and nobody can say this is mine. You understand what I'm saying? So it got to that point. I don't want to be able to tell nobody to get out, because I know how it feels. Right. But at the same time, if you ain't telling me nothing and you comfortable here like that, then okay, just don't get wrong, and we won't have no problem.
And see what she said? She said, just don't get wrong.
Yeah,
and she can sit up there and say, just don't get wrong, or you can get out of here. Which means
respect is old.
Which means it takes me back to my conversation. Let's talk about them extra $50,000 that you making.
Okay, we can talk about it.
Let's talk about what we're gonna do with that. If I'm gonna continue being the man and doing what a man is supposed to do, and I paid the mortgage originally, and I'm gonna continue to do that.
Let me ask you this, and I hate to cut you off, but I be forgetting stuff. So let me ask you this. Let's say y'all making the same amount of money. You paying the mortgage, she paying light bill, all the small bills. Let's say you get a $50,000 a year raise. Do you take the light bill and the cable bill?
Absolutely.
You do?
Absolutely.
And you don't
absolutely
work? Okay.
And have no problem.
Okay. And so what is she doing with her money now?
That's the conversation that we got to have. When you interrupted me, that's what we was trying to get together. Let's find out what these extra funds and stuff that you got. If I'm gonna sit up there, I feel like if I get a $50,000 raise, that's the least I can do. My thing is, I would pay every bill in that house. I would pay every bill in the house without a shadow of a doubt. And that's what I'm supposed to do. God has blessed me to get that type of increase. Yeah, I would take over all that. But we still got to have another question, because if I'm taking that stuff off of you, let's make sure that you're doing the right things with your money.
What would be the right thing?
We can talk about a lot of things, because you can sit up there and say, well, he paid everything. As soon as you get tired and say, it's time to go, I'm out of here. Yeah, you out of here with all yours. And I'm still.
But why the negative thinking?
Oh, I'm going to think negative because there's a bunch of y'all out here to do that.
Because life be life.
Y'all. No, baby, no.
There's a bunch of y'all out here that did it.
Y'all.
Oh, yes, it is.
Of them.
Okay, well, I'm saying y'all as women. It's a bunch of them out there that'll get up and.
But that's what I'm saying. Once again, it go back to the point that I'm saying. As a man should always be the king of his castle. So, like, the only reason people really get in a bunch when somebody leave is because now they got to take on a bigger financial responsibility.
Yeah, but that
I
was
wasn't paying the cable bill. I wasn't paying the light bill. I wasn't paying this. Now I got to pay it.
Right.
So I'm mad about that because now I feel like I got a loss of income. But if you doing it anyway, it don't bother you.
right. No, it don't bother me. And like in the situation, like I was saying, I'm not selfish. So I'm saying, if I'm saying like, hey, babe, I got this $50,000 raise, no more bills for you, no more bills from you, household bills for you. But let's sit up there and talk. You can start a joint savings for us. You can, anytime we go out of town or travel, you can handle all that type of stuff. You know, if you want to sit up there and do things to fix the house up or do things like that, you have the choice to sit up there and do that. I mean, those type of things.
Okay, well, I
ain't
got a
fixing
question
your
for
house
you.
up.
I got a
I'm
question.
just saying as a woman.
Okay, say for instance, she did all of that, taking care of the kids and putting the money in savings or joint for y'all or whatever, and it got to the point to where, okay, you was paying all the bills and she still wanted to leave. Would it still be an issue?
No, it wouldn't be an issue because, like Daryl said, life be life and then things happen. But we got that joint account. Just make sure you remember the word joint. You give me my half, you keep your half, and then if you want to sit up there and get on out of Dodge, you get on out of Dodge. I have no problem with that.
So you're gonna have a double signature on the
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
So we basically running off of no trust.
No trust at all.
That's fine though.
No,
But
but you can't.
I'm gonna tell you, the relationship gonna go so wrong. It's gonna go so wrong because
Well,
there's no trust there.
But I think that's fair because
not
to
fair.
me, so it's fair for me not to say
If
you
you-
keep your $150,000, you do what you want to do with the $150,000, and I take on your responsibilities that you
Yes.
had in the household.
Yes.
Absolutely not.
Yes,
Absolutely
now,
not.
this is why I say that. If you the man and you taking care of anything anyway, her leaving is not gonna affect you at all. You might
should
miss
not.
her and this and that. Now, what happens is when she want to go out here and buy this $500 dress to go to dinner one night, okay, yeah, you got the money to do that. I ain't got to come out. I'm not coming out of my pocket to pay $500 for this dress for you. Okay, you want to go where? Okay, yeah, you can pay for that.
Yeah.
That's me. I know you different, but I'm saying that's me. I never want to be in a position again where someone leaving me affects me in any way other
You
than
are
my feelings
responsible
being
for your
hurt.
No, that's not going to affect me. But I'm saying that if I take the initiative and say, I don't have to say just because I got $50,000, have this conversation. Hey, baby, well, I'm gonna pay everything now going forward. You don't have to do that. That's me taking an initiative. So if I feel like that I'm thinking about us as a whole and saving my woman to not having to do things because her husband sit up there and got it, I just think it should be reciprocated. Maybe not to the point where you got to sit up there and do that, but I just feel like that
What if she
as a kind gesture for you to say, you know what, baby, baby, since you're doing that, that is so sweet. So
if you got the right woman, that's fine. But you basing you're basing what you're saying on how you think. She might not think that way. She might think I don't work hard. I'm making this extra $50,000. I keep paying the light bill and the phone bill, but I'm gonna take this extra money and do whatever I want to do with it.
But that's a conversation that you two can have, and
But it's
that's
should be a conversation
and then if that's what she chooses to do, I'm okay with it because I, as a man, gave you that option.
Okay.
So
how you gonna be okay with it? But
Listen.
you saying, what's the purpose in even having a conversation?
What you
And
mean?
that's what I just said.
She should. Now it'd be different if she got a $50,000. If she said, "I'm making more money now, and I want to take on a bigger responsibility," which don't get me wrong, some women might. Most women ain't gonna do that.
Well, I don't know how y'all handle y'all relationships, but me, and I'm speaking for me only, we're going to have a serious conversation when it comes down to that because I feel like that you can't have this double standard where it's 50-50 woman's rights and 50-50 this, 50-50 this, but when it comes down to it.
But it's never 50-50. It's never 50-50.
Well,
Because we just said if it's a deadlock, the man vote way more. So it's never 50-50. You're never gonna be 50-50 in any relationship where it's just gonna be 100% down the line 50-50.
well, I'm not talking about as far as bills 50-50. I'm talking about
Everything. It's never gonna be there because for one, men and women don't think alike. So how you feel on the subject, women feel totally different So sometimes we have to that's compromise. We have to compromise on stuff.
Okay.
So
well, thank you, Sean, because I'm just glad that I don't have that situation. My wife don't feel that way. So, like I said, all this different generational stuff.
We're gonna get Sean on the show.
Get on him, and if she have a problem with it, we could discuss it further.
I'm gonna let y'all discuss it privately first because I don't want her to come on.
Well,
here and
I make more than my wife, way more than my wife. So,
but see,
okay.
So Sean, why did you say that?
Huh?
Why did you say that?
What do you mean?
Why did you just say I make way more than my wife? Why did you just say that?
Because it's true.
Okay, so.
I ain't finna lie to these people.
No. This is what I'm saying. So by you making more money than her now, of course she gonna be a little more submissive to you. But when she get on your level, if she making what you making or more, I almost want to guarantee.
No. I won't have a problem with it. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You saying you won't have a problem with it as long as she take on a bigger financial role.
As long as she take on a bigger financial role.
But if she say, no, I'm going to just keep paying what I've been paying because that's what we've been doing for the last 10 years, that's what we going to keep doing.
Well, that's when we should be known as the former Mrs. Williams.
Come on, come on, Terry.
Yeah, come on, you can't tell.
Terry. We ain't going
y'all can't tell me how.
We ain't going that far.
I don't tell you, like your situation and your situation.
Money should not afflict how relationship goes. It shouldn't, but it does. And it's crazy because when you really care about somebody, you really love somebody, all of that shouldn't even really matter. If it's more so like I got it. You feel me? I shouldn't put all of that onto somebody, project it onto somebody else and be like, okay, well, you got more money, you need to do that. You feel me? No, if I got it, let me handle it. I feel good doing it. It make me feel good as a person doing it, whether you got it or not. But
it feel good when you decide you want to do that.
Right.
When you tell me I gotta do it, it's a problem then.
That's a problem in your household and in your household. It's not a problem over here in the Williams household. Okay. It's not a problem. We
gonna leave. We're gonna leave Sean out of this because I don't want to. I don't want this conversation.
Yeah.
Sean, if you listening, when this show come out, please give me a call and verify everything that Terry's saying.
She's gonna verify and tell you that I'm a good husband. I'm a good provider. And any kind of chance that I can alleviate or take any kind of pressure off of her,
I believe it.
I do that. I do that as a man. So I feel like, and that's the reason why my trust level is so.
It shouldn't be low though.
No. I'm talking about in previous relationships or what. That's the reason why it took me as long as it took me to actually get married. My previous relationships didn't work out well at all for different reasons, and not to sit up there and blame them for everything that happened. I had my parts in it too, but for the most part, I'm just one of those people where my trust level, and not talking about trust as in cheating, my trust level is just different. Where in the past, where I would always give you my trust off the top and just and give you the reason to mess that up. No, you gotta earn it. Now I'm on the thing where you have to earn my trust off the top. You can't. I'm not giving it to you off the top. I'm from the show me state. You have to show me.
It should be that way anyway.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. But earlier in life, I was just naive and saying, hey, I trust you. Just give me a reason not to. Now I'm not on that level, so that's the reason why I'm telling you certain things. I'm not, I'm a man 100%, and I always believe in taking care and being the man of the household. My only thing is just I don't like the double standard, or I don't want it perceived to be, like I said, it's justified for these women are equal as men. I mean, it's been a long time coming. They should be on an equal level in all aspects. I'm just saying that if we agree to that type of medium,
I don't totally agree with that.
Well, if I agree to that type of medium, I feel like that there should be some agreements on your side. If I'm sitting up there, in my case, taking on more responsibility than what I was doing versus me getting a pay raise and me saying, hey, baby, hey, don't worry about paying this anymore. I got it. Me thinking that, not that I'm requiring you to do it, but it would be nice to sit up and say, you know what, baby, that was sweet. That's what I'm saying. If you got the right person, that was sweet of you. Since you doing that, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna put this in the savings. Not saying it's required,
Right.
but I'm saying that's the way I feel like
that's what
if I'm showing you by action.
That's what you would want to be reciprocated.
Yeah.
But if that's what I'm saying now, Sean might be different than a lot of women.
Yeah.
For the most part.
But do you require it?
No.
Let me-
No. I'm not
You don't
requiring.
require
No,
it?
I'm not. No,
Okay.
because I'm sitting there
That's a
saying.
difference.
No, I'm sitting up there telling you off the top that, my wife don't have to know that I got a $50,000 raise. But if I got a $50,000 raise,
from her?
I'm just saying.
Y'all got a joint checking account.
No. I'd lost my train of thought. But what damn.
He ain't never been at a loss for words. All the years we've been doing these shows, I have never saw him stumble like that.
Yeah. But like I'm saying, if I just feel like it's never gonna be a requirement for me. But and I'm not, if I you're supposed to tell your spouses and stuff everything, but you don't necessarily say if you go down to the casino you win $1,000, you can come, hey babe, I want $1,000.
I'm telling everything.
Well, like y'all said, we talking about the new generation now. Everybody ain't volunteering all that information.
If that's your partner,
But my
you
thing
share.
is,
Yeah, you
but me
share.
personally, if I got a $50,000 a year raise or whatever,
That's a big step.
that would be, to me, I would sit up there. Number one, I'd be thanking God for even getting that increase. Number two, the first thing I'm thinking about, baby, you ain't got to worry about doing it because that's the type of person I am.
That's something. That's nothing small. You feel what I'm?
But-
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and it's like keeping a secret, kind of almost from your spouse. If that's like a partner or
I ain't gotta-
girlfriend or something like that, then I can understand. But your wife,
Why should I have to tell you that I got a $50,000
Are you
raise?
serious?
But
Your wife?
No. What I'm gonna tell her? What? I don't ask her what raises she getting. Why would I sit up there and tell you? Number
my
one.
Lord.
Number one. I'm telling you that once I get the raise, I'm coming to you. She gonna know that I got a
That's a
raise
whole
anyway
different-
because
You
I'm
might not
coming.
know it's a $50,000.
I ain't gotta tell her it's a $50,000.
Exactly.
My wife go sit up there and say, "Thank you, baby." If she don't care what it is, if I come to you and tell you you ain't got to no longer pay these bills in this house, I got everything. She ain't finna say, "Well, how much did you get?" My wife
well, you
ain't
might
worried
as well
about
just
that.
throw on in there, baby. I got a $50,000 raise. I mean,
Well, more in that scenario, she gonna be happy, of course, because that means as women shop. So she gonna look at it like, "Ooh, I got this X
Right.
number of dollars to shop." Then you gonna turn around and say, "Okay, now since you ain't paying the light bill and mortgage bill, you need to open us up a joint account since we don't have no account together."
No, see that you changing that. You changing my thing was if she was the one that's making that bigger increase.
No, we said if you made an increase and you took the pressure off of her, then what would happen with the money?
No, when I was telling her that, I was asking-
initially we said if she made more money,
Right.
and this and that. But I'm saying if you take that responsibility off of her, what does she do with that money?
She can do what she want to do with it.
Okay, so why can't she do what she want to do when she make an increase?
Man, I like told you something, man. You may want to go to a commercial break cause that's not happening. I done sit up and spit my heart
But you
out
just
telling
said
you
that
what I
wouldn't
would do
even tell
if I
her
got
you
it.
got a $50,000 raise. That's a double standard right there.
That ain't no double standard.
Yes,
That
it
is
is.
that. Yeah.
How is that
Yes,
a double
it
standard?
is.
What I'm telling you, I'm taking everything off of you when I get my increase.
But you not-
It's not like I'm getting a $50,000 raise.
Why
I'm
would-
throwing it in the bank account.
Why-
Ain't telling you nothing and letting you
You
continue
ain't
to pay the
telling her
bill.
nothing.
She don't know that. Y'all ain't got no joint
She
account.
knowing it because I'm telling.
You
So,
you
let me ask you a
sneakily
question.
telling her.
I'm making
So let me ask you a question.
$700 more a month, so I'm gonna take that off.
So
you
let me ask you a
versus
question.
I'm making.
So if you got
$50,000.
$1,000 worth of bills, and I sit up there and come to you and say, "Hey, babe, don't worry about that 1,000 no more."
she ain't
She
gonna.
gonna she gonna know either you selling drugs or you got a raise. I mean, it's one or two things.
So if she asks
so it's
you,
common.
you would tell her.
Yeah, I have no problem with
But
telling
if she
her.
don't ask, you're
if
not
she
gonna
gonna
tell
ask, no, well, I'm gonna still volunteer and tell you what I got.
What?
That ain't none of her business.
Oh no.
So she got to ask to get the information.
If she want to ask, baby, did you get a raise? Yeah, I got a raise, baby.
How much was it?
And then I say, baby, what kind of raise did you get last year?
Oh, see, Terry, that ain't right.
That,
Are you
that ain't right,
serious?
man. I'm telling you something.
Terry, that, see,
He's joking, right?
nah, he for real. That's the bad thing about it. He for real.
No.
That's. But see, you.
I'm gonna tell you what my wife did. I'm gonna
You
tell you.
preaching equal this and that,
No.
but then you not.
But you're not giving me my credit for saying what I'm doing with my extra. It's not like I'm taking it and hiding it.
No, I'm giving you.
I'm telling.
No, I'm
First
gi-
thing I'm doing is telling my wife, baby, you ain't got to do that no more. I done said that 100 times. So I'm not trying to be selfish with the
person that
money.
you see
I'm not
as-
being selfish with the money. I'm taking it and taking additional
but
stuff.
That's not even. Like, I don't even want to be in that position where I got to take that off of the person that I'm with. First off, secondly, it's still money. Whether she get a raise or she don't have to pay something, that's an increase in her money, spending wise. Now, if you take it away from me and then you dictate something else, I'd rather you just open us up a joint savings account yourself.
You can't
and put money in there for me and
you can't
you.
use those same situations because I'm making a bigger increase in salary, even though it may end up being an increase for you because I'm making an increase in salary. That's two totally different.
But
things.
that's what I'm saying. If you take $1,000 worth of bills off of me, and then you require me to take that money and do something else, I might well.
Channel Down, you can't play both sides now. Channel Down, you asked me. Go back on the show. Go back on the first 3 minutes of the show. You asked me. You said, "Do you require?" I said, "No, I don't require." I already told you. I said, "I don't require."
Right. But what I'm saying is,
I said, "But it would be nice."
If you make your extra money or whatever, right? But you require her to put money in a joint savings account when she was paying the bills.
No.
She might as well just pay the bills.
I didn't. That's what y'all keep saying. Require. Go back and look at the beginning of the show. I never said the word require. I said it would be nice. I said
you said it would be a conversation that we would have to have.
Yeah, because I would sit up there saying
that's what I'm saying. So if you had a conversation and she say
that's not saying I'm requiring her to do something.
Okay,
but we're gonna definitely talk about the situation.
Okay, but if we talk about it and she say, no, I don't want to do that. I want you to pay the bills like you just said you was gonna do, and let me do what I want to do with my money. See,
you got a button over there where you can bleep out. Because I'm gonna tell you, you got me. Hey, you better use your bleep out button because you're gonna be using it.
So even though you saying it's not a requirement, it's kind of a requirement.
No, not technically. Not
in his world. It's not.
No, not technically.
It's a request that I strongly suggest that you take.
Right. It's a strongly suggested request.
And everything gonna be okay whichever way you go.
Either way you decide.
That's gonna change everything in the relationship.
No.
That would change everything.
No.
If you did,
that person feel really bad.
It's gonna make.
And they should.
Why?
They should feel really bad.
Why should they feel bad?
Because if you ain't gonna sit up there and say, my husband did a nice thing. He just took $1,000 bills off of me or whatever. The first thing that I would think about as far as a relationship.
See, you a man trying to think like a woman.
Well, you a woman and trying to think like a man when you said a few minutes ago. I'm gonna tell you from a woman's point of view.
This man just called me a woman.
Ain't that what he says? Well, here I'm just telling you from a woman's point of view and all. So you speak like a woman, so I can't sit up there and speak like a woman.
I talk to a lot of women, and I know how a lot of women think, and a lot of women is just being for real, and they can call in and they can deny this or whatever. If you take that $1,000 bill off of them, the first thing popping in their mind, they happy, of course. Yeah. They all gonna be happy, but they looking at how much shopping I can do now,
and I have no problem with that.
Yes, you do.
I have no problem with you shopping or you doing things for you. What I'm saying is, you can sit up and say, you know what, I can sit up there, and this is just me thinking that what would be nice for my significant other to do is say, you know what, he just saved me $1,000. I can sit up there and take $700 a month and just shop and get some extra shopping that I wouldn't normally be able to do. But I'm gonna take this other $300 and I'm gonna put that to the side. So a month, so whenever we want to take a trip or whenever we want to sit up there and do this or do that, we got that covered and he wouldn't have to do that.
Let me ask you this.
So I'm not asking for you, like I'm saying, split it down the middle.
But that may be your ways of thinking. She may have a different ways of thinking. She may be looking like, oh, I can go to brunch with my girls. Oh, I can go.
Well, you know what? You can go to brunch with your girls permanently. Okay,
man, you need to stop.
Child darling, no. You see, how you gonna sit up there?
But okay, now I'm finna help you out here.
You better help me out because I got a problem with that. Now you got child dollar in there. You sit up there.
I'm finna help you out.
Yeah, don't start
this way. If you get the $50,000, you ain't gonna tell her about it unless she asks anyway. So what you do is, the $1,000 that you was gonna take over the bills, you put that over here somewhere.
Works for me.
Exactly.
Works for me.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
Works for me.
We can't even. Okay, now if it's this other scenario, I ain't gonna have her paying that anyway. So if she get an increase, I'm still not gonna ask her for none, because I'm still doing what I'm doing over here as a man to put to the side, to pay the bills and everything, and I'm letting her take her money and have at it. Just don't come ask me for nothing. That's just me.
Okay.
And I know a lot of people don't think that way, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Because I've been in that position, and I never go back to that position. It all comes down to the person that you, in the end, it comes down to the man and the woman, what kind of relationship you really have.
And you see how interesting this show them come, because normally we would have been on our second commercial by now.
Really?
Yeah, we'd have been on, because we do have sponsors, and I'm sure they're gonna be pretty pissed at us that we hadn't, did anything like that. But
we'll clip it somewhere.
you have to clip it some kind of way. But this is one of the shows, and I'm glad we started off with this show initially on the podcast, because I think it's a subject that a lot of us can relate to. A lot of us can relate to. I enjoy talking about it. So I'm not going to agree with everything you sit up there and saying. And like I said, I'm just blessed and thank God that I got the wife that I have, that we don't have that type of issue.
Y'all ain't got no joint checking account.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No.
You ain't got no raise.
So she could get a raise and you don't even know about it.
And I don't ask about it. That's not my business. Long as
Hey Sean, you good then?
Oh, she good.
You good, Sean?
She good.
You ain't got to tell him about
Sean,
no raise. It don't matter how much money you make. Don't tell him nothing, Sean.
We can go on a newlywed game show, and you can ask Sean, "What all the Terry want? Me to pay them bills. I can do whatever else I want to do with the rest of it, but Terry want me to pay them bills and pay it on time, and I want them paid in full."
Well, yeah.
I used to be in relationships where you had the women, hey, you pay the light bill. Well, I'm gonna put $200 on the light bill this month. That's one thing. That's one thing I do not play. I don't play that. I don't play no. Well, I'm just gonna put the other 20 next month. No, you're gonna put the whole 20 this month. I want all my bills paid in full, and that's the only requirement that I ask. I want that whole bill. If that light bill is, not
our bills.
Well, they my bills, technically, because
I'm just messing with you now, I'm just messing with you.
I'm saying I like all of my bills, and I'm saying mine, not like it's not our house, but me thinking as the head of the household, I want all my bills paid in full. It's going to help.
I want all our bills paid.
Well, your bills, but I want all my bills paid in full, because it benefits all of us. Because guess what?
Yeah, but see, that's why they don't feel equal.
Huh?
That's why they don't feel equal, because when it come down to it, it ain't. I need the bill paid. I need it paid because it's my bill. If she could look at it. Well, if I'm responsible for paying it, it don't matter how I pay it, as long as the lights don't get cut off.
Lie you tell. Because I done went through that situation. See, now you want to set up.
But every situation
if your lights
I don't care.
If your lights don't get cut off, you should.
It did. In the past, okay? It did.
I said it.
Doing that same shit. Doing that same shit. 100 here. Then the next bill be 500, and then you get out of control, and you come to the house and it's hot as hell, and the lights are off, and you find out.
Ain't that a bad feeling?
That's a bad feeling.
I got one worse than that. I got off work 6 o'clock in the morning. By 8 o'clock, MLG and I'm laying just got out the shower, laying in the bed. All I hear was zip. I'm like, oh, it must be a power outage. I look out the window, I see MLG and W driving off.
And that's one thing I don't.
Hey, did you pay the light bill? I was on my way to pay it now.
See that.
That's why I'm not even gonna get it.
I done had a terrible experience in that. So that's where the passion, as far as bill paying and all that, and it benefits all, because it makes sure everything is paid
in order.
Well, everything is in order, and that's one thing that you should, be thankful for your spouse. Like, he gonna make sure everything is paid and everything is in order.
See, that's why I can't.
But I don't want nobody on my neck. Like
I can't. I can't put that on nobody else. I have to do all of that myself, because I'm on budget billing, so I know how much my bill gonna be. Every
I'm on
month.
budget billing too.
I'm paying it.
But Sean pays the light bill. But my point is that there is no reason why you should, as a woman, if I'm paying the majority, the bulk of the bills, and you got the light bill, unless you making $7 an hour, there's no way that you should be partial paying your utility bill, which should be your main responsibility.
Well, she might feel
No,
like
my ass.
she might feel like you ain't doing enough.
How's she gonna tell me I'm putting the roof over your head and
But
food
you
on
ain't,
the table doing
but
stuff?
you ain't buying her no new clothes so she can go out.
You know what? When
So
he trying to rub me the wrong way, but it's not gonna work there early. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. I want the bills paid. My wife does an excellent job in that. She does that.
Well, in the end, that's all that matters.
And that's all that matters. She does an excellent job of that. So if I don't care, Amazon comes by my house at least 3-4 times a week, and I know it's for her. But you know, I get that alert. The light bill to be paid. You can do whatever.
Wait till she get that $25,000 raise. Amazon gonna be coming more than that.
Outside of you paying all the major bills and her having a light bill, just say for instance, if it was something that she really, really wanted and she didn't have enough for it,
I would help with that. I'm still a man. I'm not going to deny. Yeah, that's how you get your rewards. You know, like you get a doggy treat when he does good. You get your rewards. So you pay your bills on time, and you doing this and all that. And you said I want this Birkin bag, and I ain't got enough. Yes, I'm gonna help, of course. Okay. But you come ask me that if you partial paying my motherfucking light bill. Ask me that same question.
I get it.
Excuse me, audience. I didn't mean to say that, but that's a touchy.
You gonna help her buy it. Or you gonna buy it?
No, I'm gonna help her buy it.
So you're not gonna pay full price for it?
Not for her doing them. Not for her with them bags. They be charging now. No, absolutely not.
Restrictions and limitations.
Yeah, well, whatever you want to call. My wife is okay with it.
I don't know. I like surprises. I just surprise.
Oh, you gonna get? Yeah, that's gonna be your surprise. That whatever the difference that you need on that bag, I got it.
But I don't like paying for stuff.
That's your surprise.
She said she don't like paying for stuff. Like she wants you to buy it.
Well. China.
Happy wife, happy life.
That's what they say.
Okay, well.
No?
He said,
no, absolutely not, man. No.
Yes.
You make enough money where you better buy your own stuff. I don't.
You just said doggy treat, you get a good treat.
Right. And you pay your bills on time.
So I want to feel the same way.
Yeah, but not that type of bag now. I might go get you a knockoff.
Oh no! Come on, Terry.
You won't know the difference. No, the people.
The women can they can spot them.
Well, I don't care what they can spot. If you out there in the public, that baby got a Gucci. You don't know if that's a Uchi or Gucci or what. You won't know it
because it's a replica, and certain things have certain things on the bag.
Well, who cares? Who's going to be micromanaging looking at it like that? But you women.
A woman.
But you women.
That's who she got it for. She ain't got it for no other man.
A man wouldn't know, but another woman would.
Well, me and my wife go. We go out of town a lot, so out of towners wouldn't care about all that. So we don't do a lot in town. You know, we have a lot of.
She might want to take a trip with her friends or something.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Sponsor that.
Who?
You.
Man, look. You asking for too much now. I gave you one doggy treat. Do you constantly give your dog treats because he did one trick?
Yeah.
No. Absolutely not. No.
And see, this is what you gonna learn about him. This is him. This is him for real.
Oh, this
ain't no role playing. This ain't no acting. This is exactly how he is in real life. This is him.
And see, that's the reason why I can do this show comfortably because that's me. He ain't tell you no lie. Look,
the only way you can be.
I am
as
who I
wrong
am.
As you are.
As wrong as I am. It's me.
Lord,
it's me. But you know what? But if you ask my wife, I'm one of the most caring, loving, thoughtful husbands, and that's all that matters to me.
I believe that.
That's all that matters to me. Long as you know that I put you in, you know how I treat my wife.
Yeah, I give him his kudos.
I don't do that. I got a big swimming pool in the backyard. I can't swim. I could care less about a swimming pool. But I got that pool because that's what she wanted. That's her peace. That's her safe zone. I could care less about that pool. It can be a dead body in that pool back there, and I would never know it because that's not my thing. Is to get there because that's her.
You got the house for the pools for her, right?
Right.
Who paid the maintenance on the pool?
Who paid the what?
The maintenance on the pool.
She does.
Oh, okay.
Because that's hers.
Yeah.
She can't take it if she leave.
No, she can't. She can't. But she'll think twice if she try to leave. She think about the damn pool. So that I still had that part in my corner.
Well, I mean, I guess we kind of covered everything. I mean, it basically boiled down to, and we'll have a show on this, picking the right mate.
Yeah.
Because I think if you got the right mate, you don't even have to deal with some of the conversation that we just had today. Some stuff gonna come naturally. But back on what you initially said, I feel for him because I know you want to do the right thing, and you know, because if he would have told you, "Hey, I need you to sit down. I'm gonna do this," you probably would have been like, "Nah, I ain't."
I'm not a sit down person.
So he probably thought he was taking the right route, and you get in there and you be like, "Nah, I can't do this.
I can't sit home
and see, that's one but see, now what do we run into all the time? You see it all the time. You see the young guy dropping the girlfriend off at work
I ain't doing that either.
and using her car all day.
I ain't doing that either.
They accept it.
But
now.
I did it. I did that. And I guess we can have a show about that too. But I did that. And then that's how it led to the divorce.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
You know,
so you have to
everything was unbalanced.
Love.
It was too much time and
love should
free
be
time.
Love should be the last thing that ties you together.
It should be.
But what happens?
But
we fall in love with somebody because
love is not enough.
No. It ain't enough.
You gotta have more to come with
that. But it can't be. Love will blind you. So if you just meet somebody, they got some good conversation and they saying all the right stuff, and you so in love now. And you say, hey, let's start a relationship. Hey, 6 months later, let's get married and all of that. Nah.
That's not enough. And sometimes it only takes one person for love. Because sometimes you can get in a relationship and you think this person love you back. And that person don't love you back. You getting one-sided love. You feel me? I'm
going to tell you what my dad told me. But I ain't getting married no more, so it don't really matter. But this is what my dad told me. Don't never marry a woman that you love. Marry a woman that love you. Because you will grow to love her.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my dad told me that long time ago. And I was like, Dad, that don't make no sense
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
I was probably in my 30s. It didn't make sense to me when he told me that. I was like, why would you marry somebody you don't love? That just didn't make sense to me at all.
Because if you got somebody that truly loves you, how can a normal person not, even if you don't love them at the time, you don't learn to love them? Somebody that loves you, you have your best interest at heart.
But it go back to when you get in different situations. Like some people, they down for you long as you doing good.
Yeah.
I don't need you when I'm doing good. I need to know how you treating me when I'm down.
Right.
What's gonna happen then? Are you gonna run when first sign of danger? You know, do you have my back? That eliminates a lot of problems. But most time we don't take the time to go through that.
Right.
We just jump into something, you know, and end up it's not what we thought it was.
Right.
And the other thing, you can't change a cheetah spots.
A leopard don't change the spots.
A leopard don't change the spots.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah. If it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a damn duck.
Oh, they gonna change once we get married.
Oh no.
Well, see, and we'll say that for a different show, but that's one of my pet peeves, and that I've learned that you cannot, if you go into a relationship thinking, you know what, they may not be what I want to be now, but once we get married, I groom them or I change them. And once you get into that and that doesn't happen, shame on you, because you should, going into it, if you know, for example, just say if your significant other can't cook, just for example, if they're not a good cook before you get married. After you get married, they'll get better over time. And then once you get married, you expect them to cook these gourmet meals and all that type of stuff. That's your fault for sitting up there putting those fairy tale, unrealistic after the fact. Or this person right here, she every time I lay my money down, she would steal my money. So you think once you get married, you lay your wallet down, you think she still ain't gonna steal your money? I know it's apples and oranges, but my point is that don't think before time that you can change your that you can change people and think the situation once you get married that you can mold the person or that you can change them from being who they actually are, which is another show. But I'm just saying you can't do that.
Believe a person when they show you who they are the first time.
That's what they tell you.
Yeah.
You better believe them.
But I have enjoyed.
This was a good conversation.
A very, very good conversation. And are you coming back for the next show? I'm just asking because, you know, I'm just asking, you know, because we don't need to sit up there and put this out or put you out there, and then they ask us where's China Dollar, you know, and all that. We, you know, okay, we just, and like I said, you know, we do these podcasts, but you'll see a lot of live shows. We're on social media. We're on Facebook. I think Daryl is working on getting us on some other different platforms.
We on all of them. We on
Twitch.
X, Twitch. There's some more I had never heard of, so we on all the platforms.
So we'll be on all the platforms. We're on YouTube. Follow us on our Facebook page, In the Clutch Sports Podcast and more, whatever it is. Whatever.
It's In the Clutch Sports Talk and more podcasts.
It was more
How you
podcasts.
don't know that?
Yeah, but so we got all those different things and all that type of stuff. So only thing we ask you to do is like and subscribe and share.
Don't cost you nothing.
It don't cost you do nothing to do that. Okay. And just we trying to bring you all this good material. We got a new co-host. Seems like she's gonna work out. I have to see show number 2 to see if she's gonna come back first. So because y'all will come back to you here. You got a woman for one day and she said she was gonna do this. And when if she didn't come back, I said, see, Daryl, and you want me to trust that. And when I told her, but you want me to sit there and take the bills off of her, but then come back and she go. But you want me to trust that? Hell no. Hell no.
You already said you gotta earn the trust. You gotta earn the trust.
Requirement. Exactly.
You gotta earn the trust.
But it was good though. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
You added some good stuff to the show. We really like that. So
I'm gonna add my feedback now.
Okay.
Definitely do that.
Okay.
But thank y'all for having me, and until next time.
When it comes to matters of the heart, we got you covered, and we're out of here.